Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to This Week in Dota 2 News. My name is Sir Action Slack, joined this week by my good friend Locke Vincent. How are we doing today, Lockie?
We're doing very well. I'm glad to be back for another great round of This Week in Dota 2. Starting off the new year in 2015, we're going to go strong. Let's see what we got in the news this week.
Be strong. Stronger than Juggernaut. Stronger than that asshole Juggernaut. All right, let's go ahead into our first top story. Our top story this week is that patch 6.83b has finally been released, bringing a host of new changes into the game.
Both Barracks bounties has gone up, Anchor Smash has been reduced, Brewmaster's Hurl Boulder has been reduced, Pounce has been reduced, Magic Missile cooldown has been rescaled, and the respawn time has been altered. Chronosphere, the mana cost has been increased, and after all the TI4 hype, you still have to deal with Void. And, of course, Valve has finally nerfed Jug, with his base armor going down by 1, and Omni/cast range going down from 450 to 350.
Oh, jeez. Well, basically everybody who's an asshole got nerfed, which is fantastic. Thank you, Ice Frog.
Yes, thank you very much, because we don't need to see Jugs anymore. In other news this week, we found out that Cyborg Matt is no longer going to be doing the patch analysis, as he stated in his Twitter.
Experts speculate that Cyborg Matt has begun analyzing why Team Secret keeps losing, and that's taking up most of his time.
Next up in the pro scene news, we have found out that 4 anchors has reformed, with Valix, Trixie, Buggy, Nymphy, and Matu Bauman comprising the team.
Who the hell is that?
I have no idea. Next up, we have found that Hannah has left First Departure because he had to join the army.
Who the hell is that?
Again, no idea. Finally, we do have a team we know about, with Cloud9 having a little bit of team drama, said to have kicked AUI 2000 and Pylai Die. Slacks, do you know anything about this?
Well, I would speculate that they went in and kicked AUI 2000 and Pylai Die because they're sick of getting second place. So I hope that they do enjoy their new positions, never qualifying for anything ever again.
Next up, we have found out that Join Dota has hired a new compadre to their squad. Durka joins the Join Dota team, and it looks like he's going to be balancing books in the accountant position.
Yeah, well, I'm happy for the addition of Durka. At least they finally hired somebody on Join Dota that doesn't look like a serial killer. So, good for them! Finally, some good press. Finally, the DAC qualifiers have finally finished, leading us to the Chinese International, so they call it qualifying teams, in a prize pool over $2 million US. Locke, how many yuans is that?
I think it's around 11 billion, but it doesn't really matter after the Chinese government takes it all away from them.
It happens. And now transitioning into the art segment of the show, our first piece is PA by Alex XZ, shattering all belief that Dota 2 was actually not sexist. So, thanks for that.
Next up, we have a Juggernaut versus Medusa fan art, and I hope both of these heroes kill each other. Great art, but terrible heroes.
Our next piece of art this week comes from I Don't Bow, featuring some candles. Very romantic ward candles. It's great for a nice romantic night with the hardest working support you know, your left hand.
Our next piece of art comes to us from Looter Art with a Crystal Maiden sculpture, hand done in the essence of Tim Burton, with Tila Tequila as the model.
And our last piece of art this week comes from Mark Heizel, making a Tide Hunter big old picture. That would look great in my Dota 2 themed strip club.
Excellent. All those ribbed tentacles.
Moving on!
Moving right along to videos.
It's sick.
And finally, in videos, first coming up, we have Dire Boys, the documentary featuring evil geniuses and the men within the team.
Wow.
Or boys.
I'm sure that documentary is going to be really useful in the future when there's several serial killer investigations going into PPD. Probably a lot of evidence in that footage.
Yes, from football team captain to Dota 2 captain, we all know that he does it for the ladies.
Pyrian Flex took a break from vaping this week to make Pyrian Flex's Guide to Terrorblade, the once-yearly installment of Pyrian Flex's Guides. We were all very excited to see it, but a little frightened. Quite like George R.R. Martin, we're worried that the old man will die before he finishes every hero.
Next, we have the Dota 2 Reporter, episode 53, coming to us from Raunchy. Again, I got nothing bad to say about this Slacks. This guy's a great animator, and he tells a great story about how to properly smoke ink.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd help us out if your animations could be a little shittier. Can you work on that, please, for us, Wanchy?
And our final video this week, featuring the boys over at Join Dota, Capitalist, and Toby Wan, talking about becoming a caster. Hey, Slacks, did you ever want to become a caster?
You, Lock.
All right, and that does it for this week in Dota 2. Thank you, everyone, for joining us and watching the show. On behalf of myself and my co-anchor, Sir Action Slacks, we'll see you next week. If you'd like to help us out, toss us an email, siractionslacks@gmail.com.
There we go. See you next week, where hopefully the new Bloom event will be out, and we'll be talking. Just kidding. Just see you next week.
Yeah.